Now that we're in the midst of the waiting for From Season 5 drought, I hope to make at least a couple other theory videos for July, and a video on the finale sometime next week if I can find enough I haven't seen mentioned. But I've been planning this video for a while, and I just wanted to finally get my thoughts and theories on what I've noticed about each of the apparitions in From. And let's clarify, I won't be talking about the monsters because they appear to be more physical, and not the ghosts or spirits of characters we've seen die, or the animals, because I plan on making separate videos for the animal symbolism and the spirits, hallucinations, dreams. But now that that's out of the way, let's start with our first contender. The boy in white. The longest section in this video, no doubt. Now, Victor's memory of the boy in white is very shaky. It seems like every time he mentions him, it was the first time they met. But we can assume he appeared to Victor after Christopher and Miranda first showed up to town, before the massacre, similarly to Ethan based on the dialogue in Season 1, Episode 4.
It's been a while. I wasn't much older than you when they came.
Canonically though, the boy in white first appears in a flashback in the basement, telling Christopher secrets about the faraway trees and how they came about from the manifestations of hope from the original sacrificed children. That also created the monster hive mind, and that he'd have to go through the tree and save the children if he wanted to escape this place. Letting Christopher know this was a real domino effect. I mean, he went crazy. He kind of led to the massacre, I assume, and even led to Victor's mother, Miranda's death, from trying to go through the tree and save the children, which could be a reason why he's so hesitant to help directly. Knowledge comes at a cost, you know? He then shows up alongside the dogs after the massacre of 1978, all happy looking and waving at Victor from the merry-go-round. We know Victor was also taught 3 things to help him survive by the boy in white. The first being where to find food, and probably, I assume, what plants to eat and not eat. Second, to pretend to not be alone as to not be lonely. And the third being interrupted by Tabitha before he could get to it. But the third could have been the boy in white telling him to collect the personal belongings of people who died, which I think was to combat the man in yellow's ability to shapeshift or trick and kill Victor with the face of someone he used to know. Or maybe even so the spider couldn't use the faces to mislead Victor. Either or. The more I think about it though, I don't think any of the misleading spirits we've seen have been people with their faces messed with. It could imply that the monsters are preserving the faces of the dead to be used by the spider, and maybe helping the man in yellow transform is just a side effect of helping the spider. He disappears sometime after teaching Victor until showing himself to Ethan after his surgery. And he appears to Ethan again in the next episode. He then appears and leads Victor and Ethan to the faraway tree that he hadn't seen before, I believe purposely to help him later in the season.
Look. There he is. We gotta go.
Where did he go?
A faraway tree.
What is that? Are there more?
Oh, there's a bunch. I've never seen this one before.
The next time the boy in white appears is after the invasion of Colony House in Season 1. He leads Victor and Julie to the same faraway tree he led Ethan and Victor to before.
No, we have to go to the tree.
You're crazy. Those things live in there. They'll kill us.
You have to trust me.
Where are we going?
There's another one here.
Another what?
Come. You have to get inside.
The tree? No.
You'll be safe.
What?
My brothers. You have to find your brother. You have to warn him. You have to tell him it's
I
starting.
don't know what you're talking about.
I noticed that Julie went to the basement or bunker, whatever you call it. I'll probably call it bunker. Whereas Victor disappeared for like 2, almost 3 full episodes, only appearing at the end of the season.
He said that you would come.
What?
The boy in white? He said that you would come, that I should wait.
He says he was directed to wait for her and lead her out by the boy in white, which kind of implies the trees can transport you not only through space but time as well. I mean, there's no way he just waited in the caves for days with the monsters getting up at night, right? The boy in white shows up earlier in episode 10 as well, after Boyd starts to give up and nighttime is creeping up on him and Sarah. The boy in white directs Sarah and Boyd to a faraway tree to help them escape. Interestingly, he seems to telepathically communicate with Sarah.
Sarah, look up! Nathan was right about this place. It's angry now. You have to get inside. Over there. You'll be safe in there.
He's only shown doing so to her, I assume because of her ability to speak with spirits, which I'll bring up again towards the end of the video, so keep that in mind. But when they do go through the tree, Sarah ends up back in the basement of the church, whereas Boyd seems to be transported back to around 1883 before the dungeon is in ruins, which I explained my reasoning to in my Martin video if you're interested. Not sure if the boy in white intended Boyd to go there or not. It could be that the destination was hijacked by another force, such as the spider or the man in yellow, setting the man in Martin free and, well, relieving him of his worms. Could have been the catalyst for the destruction of the current day ruins, or even the dreams and cicadas hurting people, if you believe he was secretly the man in yellow. It's also interesting the shortest cycle in the lighthouse dream vision that Tabitha sees is also the very same ones in between 1864 and 1883. Hopefully we get to see the man in Martin ripping that place up in season 5, but anyways. The next time the boy in white appears is at the end of season 2, after Tabitha scales the lighthouse and reaches the top. And he appears in the first of many over-the-shoulder panning shot reveals of these apparitions, which I'll bring up again towards the end of the video.
I'm sorry. I really am. This is the only way.
He physically pushes her out of the lighthouse, through the glass, and into the real world. Unsure of why he was able to, it could be related to the manifestations of people's beliefs, which I talked about in my last video. But because of the fast movement, it could have scared her into believing he could push her, thus becoming real to her. He does appear for a moment in the real world after Tabitha wakes up from being pushed out of the lighthouse, implying he's not bound to the From realm, assuming she's not seeing things. The boy in white shows up to Victor, this time to prevent him from chopping the tree down, and every appearance after this is in relation to the faraway trees or bottle trees.
Stop! You can't do that.
Bad tree does bad things.
It's important.
Why? Why is it important? Why won't you help us?
Because I tried. With Christopher. I think you need to learn for yourselves. It's the only way you'll understand.
You look different now.
So do you.
All those years you look the same. Why are you changing now?
Everything's changing now.
Is that bad? I don't know what to do. You tell me how I can help them. Please. You're supposed to be my friend.
I am your friend.
And help me. Please. Please help me. Just tell me what to do.
Don't cut down that tree.
Where are you going? No, come back! Come back! Where are you going?
The next time the boy in white appears is to Tabitha and Henry in episode 3 of season 4, to dissuade her from going through the tree again as she did to get to the lighthouse previously. He doesn't really say much here and shows again he's unwilling to answer questions he thinks are unhelpful or that could lead them to dangerous outcomes.
Why are you here? Why do you look so different?
Those are the wrong questions.
Will that tree take me back to the lighthouse?
I don't think so.
Wait, you don't think so? You told me it was the only way.
It was. But that was before.
Yeah, but before... Okay, you need to stop talking in riddles.
You're getting so close now, but I'm afraid you're running out of time.
It came from over there. Come on.
The boy in white appears again in episode 9 while Victor is speaking to the graves he made for his mother and sister. Very similar to the way Boyd is shown grieving his loss of Abby. He tries to get Victor to stop the plan of bringing the faraway tree down and leads Victor to be locked up in the sheriff's station.
Go away. This is private. What do you want?
You know what the others are doing?
Going into the tunnels to get the bones so everyone can go home.
Do you know they're gonna pull down the tree?
The bottle tree?
I've told you before. That tree is important. You can't let that happen.
And finally, he shows up in the finale to season 4, confirming himself to be good for those of you like Boyd, still skeptical of his, let's say, unforthcomingness.
Ah, look at you.
All grown up.
They have the bones.
But the bottle tree is gone.
You're gonna lose this time.
I've always admired your optimism. I guess we'll see.
He seems to be walking away at the end. Maybe he has a plan. And it really seems to me that the boy in white and the man in yellow have a kind of familial bond. Very similar to the man in black and Jacob in Lost. He isn't scared of Sophia hurting him, but he does fear what the man in yellow can do to the residents of the town. What I've noticed from all this, well, he's good. He's trying to thwart the man in Sophia's plan. He helped Victor survive as a child here, led Victor, Julie, Sarah, and Boyd to the faraway trees in order to protect them. He helped Tabitha escape. He can appear and disappear at will. He only appears to specific people. He appears in many over-the-shoulder panning shot reveals. He can physically interact with his environment, or at the very least, push Tabitha. He is strongly associated with Ethan, Victor, and the faraway trees. Maybe even the merry-go-round as well, but I'll get into that later, maybe. He almost only shows up in relation to the faraway trees. Maybe he's a protector of the forest. He believes the trees to be important and says they are tied to the hopes of the sacrificed children. He believes hiding the belongings of people who have died to be important as well. His appearance has changed over time since meeting Victor in his childhood. He can telepathically communicate to Sarah specifically, and he knows more than he can let on, probably because knowledge comes at a cost. Now moving on to the Anghkooey children. Now season 2 was big for From. Season 1 introduces the monsters and the boy in white on screen, whereas Season 2 introduces almost everything else, including the man in yellow if he was the man in Martin, along with the ballerina, Kimono woman, fake Khatri and other misleading spirits, and even the dusty children. The dusty children first appear as an individual child in the caves, while Victor is trying to lead her out from falling into the hole in her house. It rolls a ball at the stack of blocks, yet another apparition to be able to interact with their environment. They must have a strong association with the caves, being that Victor says the children were born in the dark and killed in the dark.
You've done that. We have to go.
They appear again in episode 3 to Tabitha outside of the barn with Julia as 2 children this time.
What's wrong? What's wrong? Nothing. Mom, what happened just now? What's going on?
And appear again towards the end of the episode after Ethan stacks blocks just like the ones in the cave.
Stand up.
What's wrong?
Stand up right now,
What's
right now.
wrong?
Let's go. Get in. Get in, get in, get in.
After this, in episode 5, she gets the idea to recreate the stack in front of the caves to summon them, even though she's still terrified of them. They multiply this time, appearing as 4 individual children. She even gets a nosebleed from interacting with them.
Who are you?
Anghkooey.
I'm not afraid of you. Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Don't touch
Hey, hey! You okay?
Did you see that?
Your nose is bleeding.
Did you see that? Did you see them?
See what? See who?
They then appear to Jade for the first time, going down into the tunnels. It shows 7 this time, and they are laying on the sacrificial stones or whatever in the cave.
Anghkooey.
Jade even sees the symbol on the ceiling made of the roots of the bottle tree, which we know now was created from the hopes of the children. They appear to Tabitha and terrify her upstairs, appearing as 3 individual children this time, and disappear as Ethan calls for her downstairs.
Is someone upstairs?
No?
Are you sure?
What's wrong?
Wait.
Anghkooey.
Oh my god. Why are you here?
Anghkooey.
No.
Anghkooey.
Oh my god. I try to help you. I try to help you. Leave us alone.
Are you okay?
What? We're okay. It's okay. It's okay.
They do appear briefly and only audibly in a story walking sequence with Julie after she helps Martin throw the rope to Boyd. They are heard saying Anghkooey before screaming in agony. One of the dusty kids appears at Tabitha after hugging Julie and leads them to the bunker that has Victor in it.
What is it? It's one of them watching us. The children? Yeah.
What is it doing?
She wants us to follow her. Follow her where? I don't know. Come on.
Where are we going?
I don't know. They've never done this before. Come on.
I'm coming.
Wait, where is she?
Hey, that's the root cellar. That's the one I stayed in when Victor pushed me through the tree.
After touching the door to the bunker and Victor, she sees the death of Miranda, Victor's mom. And because of this memory, they don't even realize Fatima is being muffled by the Kimono woman deeper in the bunker. I'm unsure if they meant to have Tabitha remember or if they wanted her to find Fatima, but I would guess maybe just remember. That's kind of their whole thing. There are at least 4 children that show up during Jade's violin solo. One of the children walks up to Tabitha and says Anghkooey, unlocking some of Jade and Tabitha's memories of being reincarnated over and over again, and that one of the original sacrifices was their child from a past incarnation. An Anghkooey child does appear briefly in the end of Jade's mushroom trip after he goes into the caves and into the chamber thingy to hide from the monsters. All of the 7 Anghkooey children show up this time, as far as we know, similarly to the vision Jade had in the caves. They all point at her after Ethan says not to be afraid to believe, and she starts to remember that her and Jade created the talisman and that it has to be her to go into the caves. I feel as though the dusty children are a good hive mind, kind of like the opposite of the monsters. But think about it. The ritual, sacrifice, and fear probably manifested in the monsters. Could the ritual of reading them a story that gave them hope before they died have manifested in the Anghkooey kids and the faraway trees? Maybe even all the apparitions? If the dusty children are a hive mind of one child's hope, I feel like it would be fitting to be Tabitha and Jade's original daughter. What I've noticed from all this: they can appear and disappear at will. They only appear to specific people. They show up in seemingly random numerations. There are likely a maximum of 7 children. They show up in many over-the-shoulder panning reveal shots. They can, if they want, interact with things physically, like the stacks of blocks in the cave. They likely are representations of the original sacrifices. They are strongly associated to the symbol, stacks of blocks, and caves. They seem to possess the ability to make people, or at least Jade and Tabitha, remember. Every time they help Tabitha remember, it comes at a cost, as the man in yellow would say. When she remembers Miranda's death, it unknowingly came at the cost of Fatima and her baby. And remembering she was Miranda came at the cost of Jim's life. The Ballerina, or music box monster. There's a lot less to go off with the Ballerina specifically, and I associate her more with the Ballerina. I don't think she died after the music box was destroyed either, but she seems to only show up in season 2 episode 6. But it seems to be she first appears to Boyd in an alternate reality like hallucination after leaving the diner and going to the church, appearing in another over-the-shoulder panning shot reveal. She dances and flashes her worms at Boyd before disappearing. Boyd then collapses in the diner. He hadn't actually left, just hallucinated he did, kinda like Jade's mushroom trip. And I wonder if, because she had the worms, was she the entity that gave Martin the worms in the first place? Later in the episode, he starts to hear the music box again and sees the Ballerina come from the bunker. He does seem to walk in the direction he'd last seen her.
What's going on? Boyd? Did you see her?
And the final appearance was in the clinic with Boyd, first shown behind the sheets, and then appearing behind Boyd, showing her hand or something, and putting her hands all over his face. Mariel shows up and Boyd pulls a gun on her out of fear of what just happened. He also sees Khatri in his next scene, which I find kind of interesting. And I didn't get footage of this, but the speech wasn't exactly motivational. He was saying Boyd did what he could, and that not every story gets a happy ending. Kind of just telling him to give up. It doesn't really seem like Khatri to me. I believe the Ballerina to be influencing the hallucinations not caused by the man in yellow. She could have been trying to warn Boyd of what Sophia or the man in yellow was doing, trying to cause another massacre. She could have even been trying to prevent Boyd from going up the hole in the dungeon with Ellis, if you believe that Martin was secretly the man in yellow in those scenes. And that maybe the Khatri Boyd sees is because of Martin in yellow's blood. He did start to see him after the episodes with Martin in season 2. It's interesting, Khatri often shows up after Boyd's hallucinations, even the one with everyone dying in season 4, and they seem to have opposite goals, one warning him of what the man in yellow is doing, the other, aka Khatri, distracting from it. It really does feel like the ballerina may be responsible for most of the hallucinations we've seen throughout the show. And both the ballerina and Khatri are trying to push Boyd in one direction or the other, and that Boyd doesn't know which way to go. What I've noticed about the ballerina, she appears and disappears, only appearing to Boyd thus far. She seems to make Boyd have tremors or worm-related issues. She seems somewhat connected to the worms. She seems to have the ability to make people hallucinate, and hallucinate alternate realities at that. She appears in strong relation to the music box, and also appears in over-the-shoulder shot reveals, and that her intentions are unclear as of now. The Kimono midwife. She appears to Elgin in his dreams, seemingly as a direct response or reaction to Smiley's death an episode prior. Elgin is in the bathtub with all his damn clothes on, and she pushes him under the water, trying to tell him to take his damn clothes off when he takes a bath. And he wakes up choking on water, signifying she has the power to affect people physically in their dreams, and a precursor to the dreams of cicadas also affecting and burning Kenny. She appears again in Elgin's dream. Tilly says she looks scary, and the kimono woman puts her wet, dripping hands on Elgin's face. He then wakes up and Tilly isn't even beside him.
Get some rest. Boyd said it was okay to sleep again.
It's not that. It's... I feel like something is watching me. But then I wake up and I can never remember.
Is that her? She looks scary.
She appears this time to Elgin while he is awake in Colony House, after Tilly asks if the crow coming through the window was a sign. He follows the kimono woman. Elgin bumps into someone walking and she disappears.
What's wrong?
Am I awake?
Where are you going? Help me. Please.
I'm sorry.
She appears in the collage photos Elgin took of Fatima and says,
Help me, Elgin. I can save you. I can save all of you. I can help you go back home.
She then disappears when Clara interrupts Elgin, asking if he's okay, and the kimono woman also disappears from the photo. She starts to communicate to Elgin through pictures after this point. Elgin gets a photo from the kimono woman that leads him to the bunker. He goes to the back room and finds a dead body in the corner. He looks over, sees the kimono woman, and asks,
Is this really where it happens?
I feel like with the state of the room and the bed being there, it signifies that What happened to Fatima has already happened before in some way. Maybe not exactly, but similarly. Tilly also dies in this episode at the hands of Fatima. Elgin receives another photo message from the Kimono woman, which lead him to the needles for drawing blood. Fatima is away from town in the cabin after killing Tilly, and once left alone, the Kimono woman appears to her for the first time. Startling her and disappearing without a word. And Elgin in the very next scene is shown drawing blood. Elgin leads her to the basement by telling her Ellis sent him to get her. He says this is the only place the demon baby will be safe and that the baby isn't hers. Now after Fatima drinks the blood, the demon baby gets bigger. Maybe this is implying they used the blood of the deceased and leave their organs for the man in yellow, or the blood from the original sacrifices created them. After digging up the door entrance to the caves, the Kimono woman appears again to Fatima. She muffles her because Tabitha is being led to the basement by one of the Anghkooey children. She appears to Fatima in the basement to prevent her from cutting the baby out, putting the glass to her neck and telling her the baby is coming.
No. It's coming.
She then helps to be a good midwife for Fatima, helping deliver her demon baby, and brings the baby to the caves to rebirth Smiley. She kinda just idles there while Smiley grows to full size. Now she doesn't appear again after season 3 and fulfilling her purpose, but she might have something to do with the photo Boyd sees of his wedding photo. Being that she was the one to show him the picture of his boat or house or whatever. I also found it interesting how Jade mentioned Egyptian culture and burial techniques in the previous episode. And right after that, a pyramid shows up in the viewfinder Acosta is using. I noticed Fatima seeing the monsters for what they are came at the cost of her baby and becoming a monster herself in the season 4 finale. It's also kinda obvious to me now that Elgin's dream he had coming into town was probably related to or caused by the Kimono woman. I wonder if most of the visions people see in dreams, such as the lighthouse dream Tabitha gets in season 1, showing her Jim's body hanging and showing the audience the lighthouse dates, or Boyd's nightmares of what happened to Abby were caused by the Kimono woman as a kind of warning of what the man in yellow plans to do. And I also wonder if, because the music box comes for 3, was the ballerina, Kimono woman, and Martin all trapped in the dungeon? It could explain why they started to appear after Boyd set Martin free. They could have even created the music box to help trap Martin in yellow, and sacrifice themselves to take the place of the other 2 dead bodies chained in the dungeon to prevent the other residents from being trapped. Maybe the ballerina put the worms under his skin to subdue him. If any of this is right, maybe this drawing of Miranda's with 2 people in assumingly the same archway as the dungeon could represent the ballerina and or Kimono woman. I really am unsure if the Kimono woman has good or bad intentions, though. She could have been trying to help Fatima not act on her evil baby murderous urges, or even prevent the demon baby from infecting someone else. What I've noticed about the Kimono woman. She appears and disappears, appearing to specific people and disappearing when interrupted. She starts to show up right after Smiley dies. She can physically affect people like muffling Fatima or bringing glass to her neck. She has the ability to affect people in dreams, and also has some control over photos, even showing things outside of From. She has some connection to the music box, like the Ballerina, often showing up alongside it. She thinks Fatima's baby turning into Smiley is important, and she appears in over-the-shoulder reveal shots. Commonalities between all the apparitions. They can all appear and disappear, appear to specific people and disappear when interrupted. They seem to have specific abilities or powers. They can interact with their environment or cause physical reactions to the people they interact with or appear to. I noticed a lot of times crows are heard in the background of events related to the apparitions, at least the outside ones. And all of them appear in over-the-shoulder reveal shots. Now how does all this connect to the man in yellow? Just look at all the scenes of the man in yellow in his yellow suit form appearing. He always appears out of nowhere from over someone's shoulder, just like the apparitions, which I feel is intentional, but is also shown to walk away every time, not disappear. He definitely has a connection to the apparitions. The man in yellow has been shown to cause seizures, hallucinations, and voices through touch, blood, or incantations, even giving Sarah nosebleeds from the voices. Just like the apparitions all seem to affect others in different ways. Nosebleeds for Tabitha, Parkinson's symptoms and tremors for Boyd, drowning in Elgin's sleep. If the man in yellow can communicate to the monster hive mind, he would have demonstrated use of an ability from every apparition we've seen this far. The Anghkooey kid's hive-mindedness, Boy in White's ability to telepathically communicate with only Sarah, just like the dialogue in Season 1 suggests, saying the voices were waiting for someone to come that could hear them. The ballerina's hallucinations, much like the hallucinations Sophia causes Henry to have, of an alternate reality-like vision from spiking his drink with blood. And because of the connection with blood magic, makes me think even more so that the man in yellow was Martin and caused the dreams and cicadas to hurt people, like the Kimono woman's ability to affect people in their dreams. He may even be what is causing nightmares to manifest into reality, like the Roger doll or dolls at the settlement. I feel like even the Boy in White not answering specific questions could be more evidence that Martin was the man in yellow. Martin definitely didn't answer all of Boyd's questions. Now what I think of all this, I believe the man in yellow was once a manifestation of hope to one of the original 7 sacrifices, along with all the other apparitions. The Boy in White's association with the merry-go-round reminds me of this drawing of the 7 children on the merry-go-round, which lines up with the 7 Anghkooey children we see. But there are so many instances of 6 representations of things in drawings. Even this drawing of the faraway trees only shows 6. But if the 7 sacrifices made the faraway trees, where's the 7th? I believe the 7th faraway tree to be the same one in the road everyone sees when coming into town for the first time, and that when the man in yellow's tree fell, he became a tool of evil, a shadow without a body, like the image of the cemetery figure or the drawing under the faraway trees. And that's why he cannot disappear and appear like other apparitions. It may even show another apparition turning into a man in yellow-like entity. And that could be how they learn about what happened to the man in yellow. It even shows 6 Anghkooey children in the Season 4 cover art, with the man in yellow in the back with them, and 7 notes in Jade's violin song. So I really think there are only 7 sacrifices. The only thing that makes me question that are the 2 graves flying up in the cemetery drawing, and the 8 trees on the talisman. Maybe one was saved by Tabitha and Jade in their first incarnation? But I feel like if all of this is true, it would be easier to introduce 2 apparitions in Season 5 as opposed to 3, with there being 5 apparitions in total if you include the man in yellow. Maybe they all are kind of fighting to push the residents in one direction or the other. The Kimono woman through dreams and pictures, the ballerina through hallucinations, the Anghkooey kids through unlocked memories, like the chess game the boy in white and man in yellow seem to be playing. I don't really care if I'm wrong about any of this. It's the fun of watching this as it's airing. I am curious on how much I got right though. Too much is adding up with this theory, to me at least. I have another little theory based on no evidence, to be honest, but because the original storywalker is likely more of a spiritual apparition than physical, they could be hiding in a time before the man in yellow's tree fell, as to not let the current evil man in yellow abuse or tap into their ability. And being an apparition, they don't need to be seizing out in the real world to do so. I also think it's possible the original storywalker is a woman, because of the drawing of the children on the merry-go-round having mostly women in it. It could be that whoever wrote the book needed a story for Ethan to relate to. And we know in real life and history, women have had it harder to make a name for themselves or even be taken seriously. So certain authors went under male names as pseudonyms. K. Dillon seems like such a middle-of-the-line name, kinda like Sam. It could be male or it could be female. But I really think either the original storywalker or Julie created the book somehow. Let's use the talisman to rank the stuff we've seen in the show so far. On a scale from sun to moon. Sun being good, moon being bad. And the middle will be unsure. First for the easy ones. The boy in white, good. The Anghkooey kids, good. The monsters represented by Smiley, bad. The man in yellow, bad. But maybe he wasn't always this way. Martin, bad, because I think he was the man in yellow. Martin, before he died, good. The ballerina, I'm not really sure about, but I lean towards thinking she's good. The kimono midwife, I'm going to put in the middle because she just seems so evil, but she could be trying to help in her own way. Oh, and little Boyd at the top. I'll probably revisit this ranking in future videos, like the animals, or if I notice anything that makes me want to change my placements in the future. That's pretty much all the theories and what I noticed about the apparitions in From. This video was very ambitious and it took way longer than I expected. Probably should have started on the finale first, but oh well. I did make a Patreon if you like this enough to want to support. I want to improve my videos for you guys and hopefully get a computer with the money so I can make more of what I want with better quality. I'm not planning on posting to Patreon yet because I'm not sure what to right now. It's mainly just if you want to show support. Eventually, no promises on when, but I'll probably start to post something on there in the late future. I do plan on branching out to other things like video games and movies that have meant a lot to me. So if you're interested in that as well, let me know what I should do next. It'll probably be on Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, but not before more From theories. Check out my last video and give it some love as well if you enjoyed this video. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on my theories and any of your own in the comments below, or if I missed anything. Like, comment, and subscribe if you liked, commented, or subscribed. You'll hear me in the next video, and thank you for watching.